Episode 5 of Cherry Magic begins with Karen offering to stay in a hotel. Archie says they can talk about it the next day. But he gets dizzy and Karen puts him to bed. And asleep Archie holds his hand. The next morning, he is touched to see Karen sit beside him all night. As they head to work, a neighboring lady scolds Archie for being clumsy and an average worker. Karen hypes Archie up and says he doesn't take credit, which impresses her. As they take a ferry to work, Karen sings in his head and finds the journey romantic. He wants a keepsake and Archie gives him his ticket. He then takes him to his favorite street stalls and Karen feels special. Archie is not uncomfortable with him anymore and offers him to stay at his place longer. Of course, Karen starts imagining their life together as a married couple, dressing each other and sharing food. Archie is shocked by his wild imagination. Jinta watches Min's practice videos secretly when he comes over with a delivery. Jinta pretends to be busy with work and Min decides not to invite him to his practice. Jinta gets annoyed with himself for his work excuse. Karen's imagination makes Archie uncomfortable and he once again tries to avoid him. Rock comes to his rescue unintentionally as he invites himself over to Archie's place. Jinta shows up at the indoor space and secretly records Min. The boys catch him and he pretends to do research. They make fun of his age and to look cool he ends up in a dance battle with them. He tries to impress Min but ends up hitting his head. At home, Rock makes his special dish and feeds Archie. Karen gets jealous and jumps in to cook the rest of the meal. Archie mind reads Karen, who wants to be complimented as well and is amused by his jealousy. Rock starts singing and reveals he was in a boy group. They quit because they were bored. Archie mind reads Rock's real thoughts. They worked hard but could never debut and so he had to give up. As they clean up, Archie worries for Rock. Karen stops him and holds his hand. He thinks he is a bad person for being jealous that Archie is worrying about someone else. It gets worse in the morning as the ferry is full and Karen is forced to take the next one. At work, Pi needs a writer for a new ad and Archie calls Jinta. Karen finally reaches the office and Rock shares how they went to Archie's favorite food stalls. Karen feels sad for thinking he was special for being taken to the stalls. As for Jinta, he cannot find a driver but Min suddenly shows up. He fixes Jinta's hair to hide the bump and even gives him a ride to the office. Karen wants to talk to Archie but Jinta shows up. The ad goes well and they wrap up quickly. Outside, Jinta and Archie talk about Min, who is waiting to pick him up. They start talking telepathically and enact how Jinta should hug Min on the bike. A jealous Karen misunderstands and separates them. On an errand, Archie sees Min waiting outside and takes him upstairs. Rock runs into them and it gets awkward as they used to be friends and Min runs outside and Jinta follows him. Turns out, Rock was in the same boy band as Min. He didn't think he could make it so he applied for jobs. He didn't know how to explain it so he just stopped talking to them. He feels miserable and Pi tells him to apologize to Min. Outside, Min thinks that Rock does not want to be friends with them. He also feels he should have gotten a job like Rock. But having seen his practice videos, Jinta knows he chose the best path and comforts him. Rock shows and profusely apologizes for abandoning him. Min confesses that he was angry only because Rock never told him. He shares that he would have supported him if he had wanted to leave the band. Rock is touched and they hug. Min jokes that he just regrets not dancing with him one last time. Archie comes up with an idea and gets the ad crew to film them dancing together. Everyone joins in and Karen watches them from outside. After work, Rock thanks Pi for helping him. She believes he will be successful and promises to support him. As Min and Jinta get ready to leave, the writer gets nervous. Min makes him hold his waist and thinks Jinta is cool for comforting him. Jinta is delighted but Min starts teasing him for watching his practice videos. Elsewhere, a delighted Archie is accompanied by a sulking Karen as they head home. Archie sits in the boat, but Karen doesn't join him. At the end of Cherry Magic Episode 5, Karen tells Archie that he likes him. The episode review. Karen's just a little Delulu boy, and his sulking throughout Cherry Magic Episode 5 was adorable. Guess the cool guys can also become simps when they get a crush. Spotify play Jealousy. His misunderstanding of Jinta and Archie's friendship as they hug each other was so embarrassing as well. We need more of Pathetic Lover Boy. By the way, can Karen read minds too? That would be a plot twist. Why did he suddenly hold Archie's arm after dinner? Jinta and Min's relationship is finally developing. Thank goodness we got some idea of how old Min is, otherwise it would have been too strange as he looks 15. Since it is after university, he most probably is 22 or 23 like Rock. Oh, and Min and Rock's friendship is extremely cute as well. Hope we get more of that in the coming episodes.